What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Inside Post. Here we're going out west to where the surf meets the turf at DelMar Racetrack for their two graded stakes races on the Saturday card for July 27th. We will be handicapping these, giving you our best bet and maybe a long shot contender for each of these races as we look into each graded stakes race for the DelMar card. If you followed us, you know we've done Saratoga, we've done Monmouth. Rarely do we do a lot of DelMar, so this is kind of a great opportunity to dive in and see what is DelMar all about. So we're going to start with the SanDiego Handicap, a Grade 2 stakes race, currently with only 5 entrants, the 6th being a late scratch or an early scratch. In here, we have the return of number 4, Arabian Night, looking to go with a big win in this Grade 2, going a mile and a 16th on the DelMar dirt. Obviously, looks the best. Currently 3-5 on the morning line. Definitely going to be the one to beat, coming out of a long layoff from the Breeders' Cup Classic, finishing 4th in there. Will we see any issues off of the layoff? I don't think so with the other contenders in here. Possibly Katona could be a toss in here as 15-1, but anything can happen in these short fields on stakes racing. But Arabian Night, definitely a really good 4-year-old in here for Bob Baffert. He puts Juan Hernandez back aboard yet again. Probably has the best class rating of all of these horses. Probably outnumbers them in class almost 2-1. Outside of that being the top pick, looking for a little bit of price to go under if you're going to go 1-2 in here for an exacta. Trifectas probably won't pay much, and you could probably single Arabian Night on your pick 4, pick 5 tickets. Express Train currently, Mike Smith for John Sheriffs looks the best out of Union Rags. A big 7-year-old comes in here out of a third in the Kona Gold listed stakes race. Dr. Vinkma, second in the Triple Bend, a Grade 2 stakes race. So really nothing to wow about. Katona does come out of a Pleasanton Mile Stakes with the only win out of his last race. But these other horses are coming out of pretty big listed stakes races or even graded stakes races. Express Train probably has the most speed comparable to that of Arabian Night, a 102 to a 103, and Dr. Vinkma, a 100 on their speed figures from Horse Racing Nation. So taking that in, obviously Dr. Vinkma would be the better price with Antonio Frescu. Out of Go Sapper in here at 9-2, and exacta there would pay a little bit better than the Express Train, who's obviously going to take money in here, be your second choice. Could be a 2-horse field, Mike Smith, Juan Hernandez, Bob Baffert, John Sheriffs. Taking a stab with Dr. Vinkman, if you would. Just basically going to be a 1-horse race in Arabian Night. Looks to win, get back, setting himself up for his remaining 4-year-old campaign. However, if you try to beat him, Express Train is probably the way to go on the inside. A horse that is well seasoned with a lot of races under his belt, obviously as a 7-year-old. That will probably be our exacta play. Probably going to play it cold in here at a 4-1 exacta. If we want a better price, we may go 4-3 exacta as well. But Express Train looks to be the second best horse. Newgrange is interesting. Obviously, we haven't talked about him. For Phil de Amato, 88 speed figure last time out, so kind of is going the opposite direction. Comes out of the Grade 1 Santa Anita Handicap, finishing 6th. So obviously not in the greatest of form right now, but does come off of a Grade 1 race. However, I think Express Train has a little bit more advantage on the speed side of things, and reasoning why we're using Arabian Night and Express Train for our ice cold exacta. And the next race on the card, race 10, we have the Bing Crosby. This is a Grade 1 stakes race going 6 furlongs for these 3-year-olds and up. Looks to be a little bit better of a betting race than the SanDiego for sure. A lot of horses in here right now. We're sitting at, I believe, 8 with a scratch of Roll On Big Joe for an early scratch. As of now, the Chosen Vron is the current 6-5 early morning line favorite, with Happy Jack coming in a close second at 3-1 for Doug O'Neill. A lot of great horses. Obviously, the Chosen Vron coming out of the Thor's Echo, and Happy Jack coming out of the Triple Bend, a Grade 2 stakes race. Both horses are in really good form. Both horses probably have the class of the field. And the other Straight No Chaser, fourth in the Grade 3 run Happy. However, looking at a price, we have number 9 down here in Jackstown. First and an allowance optional claimer for Bob Baffert, Juan Hernandez, who's going to team up on Arabian Night. This horse is sitting at 15-1. Yeah, we don't let Bob Baffert go off at 15-1 very often. So take this one into consideration as a pretty good long shot play in here. Interesting enough, that's probably going to take a lot of money. Does have the pedigree, Speightstown with Medaglia d'Oro on top. Definitely one to take into consideration. However, this is a big step forward going into a graded stakes race, from breaking its maiden and going into an allowance and winning there as well. So the horse is undefeated, 2-for-2 lifetime for a 4-year-old. So another one of those late bloomers that Bob Baffert always talks about. Trying to figure out, I think the speed figure was like a 96, so it's on the right trajectory of posting a big speed figure in here. Nothing wrong with it. 15-1, no reason whatsoever why not take a stab at this horse, and it definitely put it in with your exactas and trifectas with the Chosen Vron. So we needed a horse to round this out. Anarchist is a pretty good horse. Finished 6th in the Kelly's Landing. Not ideal. Straight No Chaser coming out of the run Happy, Grade 3 in there, 6-1. Pretty good price for Dan Blacker. Closed the Game Sugar coming out of the Kelly's Landing. First in there, looked to be really good in that race. And the other one being Happy Jack, obviously. 3-1 for Doug O'Neill and Edward Maldonado. So, narrowing it down, you have Anarchist as a 103 speed figure, kind of going the opposite direction with what we would like to see horses going on the trajectory of improving their speeds. His speed has kind of fell off in the past 3 races. Happy Jack, kind of the same situation, kind of going off of the 2 past races, has went the opposite direction, not as drastically, and probably has the most recent race out of a lot of these horses outside of the Chosen Vron. So Happy Jack, Chosen Vron kind of coming in off of the same layoff, if you would, and closed the Game Sugar. Last race, I believe, was September 9th. So a decent layoff in to close the Game Sugar. Now, Happy Jack, Chosen Vron easily could go 1 or 2 in here. Close the Game Sugar will be a likely contender. And then Jackstown, definitely going to be our long shot play. If we can get the Chosen Vron on top, Jackstown, close the Game Sugar, the trifecta should be a decent payout if you roll it up into a $1, $2 trifecta box. Now, if you're playing an exacta type wager, the Chosen Vron, close the Game Sugar, Happy Jack, all of those rolled up into a nice exacta box as well. If you get somebody that can upset Chosen Vron in here, like close the Game Sugar, your exacta is looking to be a little bit better of a return for sure. However, Happy Jack, the Chosen Vron, and close the Game Sugar all coming off of wins. So definitely these 3 are going to be highly contenders in here. And then you have Jackstown, who's stepping into Grade 1 stakes racing for the first time, posting really good speed figures. However, it's definitely coming into a class full of classless or classy horses. So definitely going to take a big step forward for this young 4-year-old. We look at close the Game Sugar of 4-year-old gelding for Adam Rice at 5-1, really good price. Happy Jack, got to use it out of Oxbow for Doug O'Neill. And the top pick, the Chosen Vron, currently at 6-5 on the morning line. There's our picks for the DelMar weekend card for July 27th, the SanDiego Handicap, and the Grade 1 Bing Crosby. We hope you like Make sure to subscribe down below. Give us a follow. Let us know in the comments your best bet or an upset pick for the weekend. And go check out our other videos as well. We hope you win big.